Hey, welcome back, traders. Thanks for tuning in. So today is what, Thursday, November the 4th. Hope you guys are having a good trade week so far, starting in November here. And so today was a really exhausting one for me. Had a ton of trades, and it was quite the uphill battle for me today. So anyways, I'm ending the day up green, thank God, $913. So very happy about that in regards to my recovery, because I started really deep, and I was able to dig out of it, but it was an absolute struggle. I took 69 trades. So for me, that's a ton of trades. And honestly, I'm just like mentally exhausted. So I want to give you just a quick background before we dive into some of the trades. I took so many, it's going to be hard to cover a lot of them. But either way, this is really important to note. You know, if you're going to be trading, day trading, especially my type of strategy, scalp trading, real quick trades, bigger share size, you got to be focused. And today, coming into the market today was rough because, one, I didn't get much sleep with the new baby, and because of that, I came, I sat down on my chair and was just not focused because there was a lot of other things in the household that were going on. So I market open, I started taking some trades, didn't work out, then I had to run into the other room, just that kind of stuff. When you're not sitting down and focused and don't have anything else going on, that's the kind of environment you need, at least for me. And when it's not that way, it's kind of difficult. And I think today's initial trades were like directly correlated to that, and the fact that I wasn't focused. And here's the thing: if you can't get in that zone, or you can't get away from noise or whatever it might be, you might be better off just not trading. But either way, I took my trades this morning. My first trade out of the gates was just a massive loser, down $603. And it was on CNCE. So had a few names today, had that one, which was just one trade on that, actually. I think that was it, and that was a complete blowout. Then I had we had Fat B, which was continuation, Fat BB. We had Sava, NRDS, which I really lucked out with because I was deep in the hole from Sava, down 721 bucks. Switch gears over to NRDS. Now, I wasn't expecting this, I didn't know this, but NRDS was a IPO. It's NerdWallet, NRDS. So today was the first day I was IPOing, and this was great. There was just a lot of momentum right out of the gates, and I saw this and switched over to it, hopped in, and took some trades on it. So I made some good progress in getting out of that hole, only to work myself right back into it. So in RDS, look at this. I went from 721 to negative 500 to negative 300, negative 200, down to a negative 130 bucks. So great recovery from there. And then look, I switch on over to, I'm looking for the next stock, and Y10. Oh man, this name, I know I've traded it before. I can't remember if I've been red or green on it. Most likely it was red. Someone made the great comment to actually just write down a list of ticker names that I've done like really bad on and try to keep that handy. I think that's kind of a good idea. A little sticky note or something I'll do. Anyways, look at this Y10. We get this explosion of movement here from 750 all the way up to 878, and I saw that, and I knew I've seen that name before, knew it was a former runner. Here's the yearly chart on it. We did have a huge run up in the past. It looks like last January we had some huge moves on it, so I thought that might have potential. I hopped in, big share size, and damn, I got knocked out on this one. Hopping in too high, and it just completely folds, sells off. Was looking for a bounce, no bounce, and I just had to dump it. So look at this progress here, going with NRDS, made some great progress, almost back to neutral. And then I switch over to Y10 and take another $600, or $500 loser there. Right back in, right back in the dumps. That was in this zone here. And from there, I tried to slowly work out of it with NRDS again. And I wasn't going anywhere, just sideways trading. I was able to work back up to 150 bucks, negative 150 bucks, and right back down. So let's see here, where if I can see. Yeah, NRDS, go back down to 700. Here we go. CRXT. I went from negative 600 on that to negative 500 to negative 150. So once again, like a great recovery on a quick moving stock. And this one was an absolute trap. For me, I watched this I had this on the back burner. I saw it on the list and wasn't really interested because it wasn't moving up that much, but it was slowly creeping. And so I watched it all in here, and then we got into kind of this area here, and it's like, oh man, this thing is ripping. Goes right into a halt. And I went into some trades, I think right before the halt and after. And I had some great trades on it. And then I think my next one was a blowout. So let me see if I can. Yeah. So made good progress on it initially, and then look, negative 150, then to negative 400, back to negative 270, and then took two big hits, negative 675, negative 700 practically. So it was just back and forth, and I'm glad I hung in there. Honestly, it was difficult, it was exhausting, but I was just thinking to myself, if I can wait for good opportunity, I can always hop in, but I'm not going to try to fight it too much. I did a bit, but I there's been times before where there's no opportunities and I'm fighting it and I'm trading everything I can. So I didn't necessarily do that. I pulled back a little bit and just looked for kind of the newer opportunities. Switched over to Sava. Sava took me sideways for a bit, and PETZ came through. Oh, thank you. With PETZ, this, I know I've traded this in the past. Once again, look at this yearly chart. Former runner, massive move in February. Huge move. And it's had a couple other times where it's spiked up pretty well, but it's always come back to where it's at. So I know with this one, just looking at that history, that this one is very finicky. There is opportunity. You just have to write it correctly. And if you don't, you can easily get trapped. So as it was breaking through VWAP, and we had some bigger moves in here, I scalp traded all throughout this, which was really great. And I was impressed in the fact that it didn't necessarily sell off here completely. It consolidated and had another leg. And then even right here, I figure, okay, this looks a little finicky, and it looked like it was going to sell off hard, and it recovered. So I was pretty impressed by that, by those two stability points there and recovering. Goes for another leg, and so I traded that area, and that really helped me out. And I think I just decided, okay, I think I took my first loss here at that peak zone, and then after that I decided, it looks like it's kind of fading. But with PETZ, I mean, that really helped me out. So I went from negative 700, or shaving things off. So negative 550, negative 387, negative 252, negative 185, negative 70, and then I finally go positive with PETZ. Going to $12, and then going right back into red, negative 90, negative 78, and so I'm going right back in the right direction. Then I start putting on some good trades. They weren't huge, they were just good ones, bringing me back positive. So 33, 43, 170, 185, 200. Then I started bleeding off again. So it was a real battle today, just a lot of back and forth business. But I finally got to that point. You know, I was drifting back into neutral, and then I was able to just get a little bit heavier with PETZ, because I did see some strength going through. And look at this, going from negative 53 to up 493 to up 874 to up 933. So boom, boom, boom. You know, 3 solid trades right there. Really good stuff. And I believe that was in this zone here as we were ripping through here. And pretty impressive move after hours. But that, you know, if you look at that, huge candle, massive gap up. 433 all the way up to 524. Incredible. So I actually hopped in small share size, just some quick trades to put on some extra cushion. They were really quick. I knew that it was risky up in here, but they were 2 good trades. And since then it's sold off, so I'm staying out of it, and I'm done for today. So that's where I'm cashing in on this one. But impressive move. But at the same time, if you look at the volume on that, there's not a ton of volume on it, so maybe a little misleading there. And yeah, so that's how I did with PETZ and RDBX. Now this one came in once again, kind of saved the day a little bit. I was able to put on a little bit of gains with this. Let me show you RDBX. This was pretty much where I was kind of trying to wrap things up. We had this initial move here, and I didn't trade it till after the halt. Pretty tricky in here. I just went back and forth. I had good gainers and then a loser, because it was, you know, we get this huge move and then it completely retraces and comes back and then sells off a bit, and you know, eventually went downhill here. But once I saw this movement where it kind of, you know, just went barely past VWAP and then came back up, that candle right there, very impressive. Pulls back, goes again. So I was trading this whole zone here, ton of trades on it, and did all right with it. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as strategy and momentum. When I'm down red, I'm thinking to myself, I just need to pause, continue watching the market, and see if there's any follow through on any stocks. We did have a couple that just, you know, pumped and dumped, of course, and I got trapped in some of those, but I did get out. I sold them, and I did it to where I could actually, you know, get to a point where I could actually go green today. So that was good. And then the ones that did follow through, I just try to hang in there and keep trading them, and that's what helped me, I think, get positive today. So I'm glad I hung in there. It was exhausting today, 69 trades. And that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at the calendar real quick. Today could have easily been, you know, down negative 800. And the fact that I was able to recover from that and put on a little extra was really good. So maybe a note for tomorrow, just, I don't know, maybe, once again, that whole thing of getting set up and getting focused in your desk, staying focused, and limiting the distractions. And sometimes that's hard to do, especially as a new father. You know, me and my wife balance out the duties pretty well. You know, we even have different like night shifts and stuff, but you know, try to get as much sleep as possible. But it's difficult sometimes, so we'll see. But that's kind of my deal. I'm looking for, try to get a little bit of balance, and maybe I just need to, like I've done before in the last couple of days, there's been, you know, I sleep in a little bit, maybe get a little extra sleep, and then come to the market and trade. That way I feel maybe a little bit more rested and focused, and there's you know, maybe less distractions going on. So we'll see. But excellent progress for me this week. All green, 4 days in a row. Up 4,334 bucks. So, I mean, when I look at my numbers, sometimes it's just disgusting because I know I'm kind of rogue sometimes, and due to my strategy and not always being extremely disciplined, I know, you know, I can have a lot of swings sometimes, and I can have those big red days. Like I told you guys last, I think it was last recap, I had amazing ratios for me last month. Look at this, 16 green days, 4 red. My problem there was I got the massive red day, like this $7,000 day. So I'm good when I'm good, I guess, on the green consistency. But it's sometimes those red days that really just blow me out of the water. So the fact that I've got 4K versus, you know, 1,600 bucks on October, and we're only 4 days into November, that's great. But I got to be conscious of, once again, those big red days, and I can easily blow this positive number into a red one, and I want to be very careful of that. And I just want to build cushion throughout this month so that I can take a red day and not feel so bad about it, and maybe make it to where it's just a smaller red day. That would be nice. Anyways, that's it, guys. Sorry about the mumbling and jumbling here. Hope you guys had a great trade day. That's really all I got. So take care. See ya tomorrow on Friday. Hopefully we get some awesomeness. See you then.